morning. We are leaving our campsite in Palenque, and it's going to be a busy day. We have a lot to do. The plan is to cross over into Guatemala tomorrow, so today is a big border prep day. So yesterday, after we went to the ruins and cooled off a little bit, we were looking through how much cash we had, how much pesos, because we need to either consolidate, use that, and or get some switched over into quetzales. I think that's what the currency is called in Guatemala. We were also making sure we had copies of things we need, or figure out how many copies we need to make of certain documents. So our plan is to go to a copy shop today, and just kind of general border prep, making sure we knew the process and where we're going. But a couple stops today, so we're gonna pop into the grocery to get a couple of things, not really food, just since you want to be pretty low on that when you cross the border. And we need to go to the copy shop, like I said. We're heading to the vet to get the cats' health certificates, because moving forward we'll need that at each border we cross. And luckily I've already talked to the vet and they've got the paperwork started, so it should be pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and fill up on water and propane and top off our auxiliary gas tank with gasoline, just so we're good to go when we cross the border. So lots to do, and after all of that, our plan is to drive to our camp spot a bit closer to the border crossing, and that should be about 2 hours. So we'll take you along. Stay tuned. Alright, made it to the grocery, picked up a couple things, got some extra cat food. We're out of wet cat food. They didn't have litter that looked like it was going to clump, so we have a little bit left, so we're going to hope that manages till we find some more. Picked up just a couple other cleaning items, and good to go. Alright, got our grocery items put in the camper. Now we're heading to the vet.
Oh, is he a sword swallower?
Oh dear.
Oh no, he is.
Oh dear.
Oh, oh my gosh, that makes me cringe.
Glad we're seeing it on this side. Whew! That's nuts. I'd give him some money if we were on that side.
Holy cow.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen that in person before.
Found a good price on gas, so stopping on the way. David is looking for some brake cleaner. He was going to see if they have any here. They didn't have any at the grocery.
Doesn't look like they have any brake cleaner here, and unfortunately there's not like a little inside store like there is at most of the Pemexes. It's just we have a little bit of brake squeaking going on from dust and everything else that gets on the rotors, and I was hoping to get some brake cleaner to spray them off to hopefully quiet them down a little bit. It's not a big deal, just something I'm hoping we come across soon. There wasn't really a parking lot for the vet, so we're parked in this mobile parking lot, and I'm going to stay with the truck while Rachel takes the cats to the vet.
Okay, good news. We got the cat stuff sorted. The vet had all of the paperwork ready to go. She'd already emailed it to me, or really messaged it on WhatsApp so that I could make sure it looked correct. So she's super kind. She only spoke Spanish, and my Google Translate wasn't working, but luckily my Spanish is good enough where I understood her and could ask a couple questions. So she said we should be good to go for the border. Nutty's paperwork is actually still from the US. The last time she had a rabies shot was in December back in California. So it looks a little bit different than the paperwork that Tyga has when we went in Puerto Vallarta and got her new rabies shot. So seems like it should be okay. The vet said we shouldn't have any problems with it, even though it looks a little bit different. Tyga has a little booklet now, and the vet's here put a little sticker from the rabies vial. So anyways, should be good to go. And exciting stuff, they had both Advantage Multi the flea, tick, and heartworm medicine that we use for the cats. So I bought all of their stock, which was 3 boxes. So we've got 2 more months supply of that, which is good. And they also had Tidy Cats litter, which is exciting because we haven't seen Tidy Cats litter maybe since sometime in Baja at a fancier grocery store. So that's good. A lot of the cat litter that you can find is not very good. No bueno. Doesn't clump very well, and it's really, I'm sure, terrible for the cats. It's also terrible for us to clean up, so this is exciting. Spoiler alert, it wasn't that exciting. I mistakenly bought non-clumping Tidy Cats litter, so it was actually still no bueno. So we're having a little lunch break in the truck. Had some leftover pad thai from last night.
Still pretty tasty.
Yep. Cooling down in the AC because the car says it's 94 degrees outside. We're sitting in the shade and it says that, and I'm sure the feels like it's around 115. I was sweating just walking to the vet, inside the vet, and back out. So yeah, after this we've got a few more stops to make, but we're making progress. Alright, well, our first try at a copy shop was a fail. She said there was nothing on our little jump drive. I think there is, but anyways, we'll see. We were on our way back into town and found the propane stop. Going to get it filled.
This was a pretty cheap gas fill up. It was only 105 pesos and our propane tank was nearly empty. Seems like it's always much cheaper when they charge you by the liter instead of a flat rate. So 105 pesos is around $5-6. So not too bad for a full tank of propane.
Well, right next door to the propane stop, there was a water place, so that's perfect.
And also right next to the water place, there was an auto zone, so I was able to run over and grab some brake cleaner without even moving the truck.
We're back in the car. We finished up getting the water, and that checked almost all of our boxes. The only thing that we still have left is to find a papeleria, a copy shop. There were lots of them in more of the downtown area of Palenque, but as you've probably learned, we get a little nervous about going into the center of these towns because you just never know how small the roads are. So we try to avoid it at all costs whenever possible. So we haven't found another papeleria that was on the outskirts of town on one of the main roads. So we're on our way now to our next destination, the city, or I guess the town, really, where we're going to be camping, closer by the border. So fingers crossed we can find one there. It seems like most towns have them, so hopefully we'll find one. But we've got about an hour and a half, a little bit more, and then we should continue our search. We're about 20 minutes from town, but this road has gotten worse and worse.
Earlier, we set the dash cam alert system off because it thought we got in a wreck because there was pretty much like a 1-foot swath taken out of the road, and it was kind of narrow, so I couldn't really see it as we were approaching it. And yeah, we went straight through it. It was a pretty big pow, but we made it. But yeah, this whole road is just so bad. So many potholes and so many sections where you can't even go 5 miles an hour.
not too bad. He pulled them right up, so I don't know what was going on with the other lady's computer. But it worked out, and it was only 15 pesos for 15 copies, so that's not a bad deal. So we're good to go. I think we finished off everything on the checklist. Yeah?
Now just to make it to the campground.
Yeah. Fingers crossed that works out. First we weren't sure. Oh, I think he's coming because he's gonna show us where to park.
Oh.
we pulled in and all we saw was a little kiddo swinging on a tire swing. We couldn't find any adults, so we just asked him if they have camping here because we're pretty sure we were in the right spot. And he said, "Oh yeah." He said, "Let me go get my abuelo." His grandma, abuela. So Grandma came out, we paid her, she said it's totally fine to use our generator, showed us where the bathrooms are, and now little kiddo is running back here to show us where to park. It's really pretty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, we got set up. We talked to the little kiddo for a while, as best we could. His Spanish is far better than ours. But we did that, rested for a minute, and realized we had one more task. We have to change the oil in the generator. So we've been working on that. David's doing a good job. It's kind of a funny place to be doing it, but I guess it always is. There's lots of cows back here and a couple horses. We'll leave you here for today, but stay tuned for our next adventure, because our next stop is Guatemala. If you liked this video, let us know by liking and subscribing. And don't forget, you can see more of the journey on Instagram and TikTok. Cheers, friends!